NBA icon Tracy McGrady is widely regarded as one of the best players to never win a ring in the league. Despite winning 2 scoring titles and having a decorated career, he was never able to get over the championship hump or even advance beyond the first round of the playoffs as a meaningful contributor to a team. As McGrady started to become a superstar in the NBA, fellow NBA greats Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant started winning titles together with the Los Angeles Lakers. They put together a three-peat as co-stars, with the Lakers winning the NBA Finals in 2000, 2001, and 2002. Both O'Neal and Bryant were invaluable during those runs, but in O'Neal's view, he still could have won 3 rings with the Lakers had McGrady been his running mate instead of Bryant. T-Mac made a statement the other day. O'Neal began. He said, "If you switch him and Kobe out as far as playing with me, the outcome is the same. You don't think I could have won 3 with T-Mac? I think I could have." O'Neal and Bryant were teammates on the Lakers for 8 seasons. Their 3 rings together came around the middle of their partnership. Their first season together was the 1996-97 campaign, which adds a little bit of a quirk to the hypothetical because McGrady wasn't in the league until the following season. In addition, McGrady wasn't an all-star at the NBA level until the 2000-2001 season. As such, there are a few ways to look at the hypothetical in order to make it as fair as possible. Perhaps the best way to look at it is to imagine how many rings O'Neal would have won if he'd been teammates with McGrady for the first 8 seasons of McGrady's career, as that's exactly how his partnership with Bryant looked. In McGrady's first 8 seasons, he had 2 scoring titles, 5 All-Star nods, 5 All-NBA selections, and was often involved in the MVP race. That's a strong resume, so it's reasonable to assume that O'Neal might have been able to do some damage with him. Still, winning 3 rings is no easy task, and changing the factors that led to LA's dynasty is a risky game to play. O'Neal retired with 4 championships after he won 1 with the Miami Heat, and Bryant later earned 2 more with the Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers power forward Maxi Kleber might be close to being involved in another trade by his new team. Kleber spent 8 seasons in Dallas, and during that time, he became a Mavericks fan favorite. However, he was included in one of the biggest trades in NBA history at midseason. That was the deal that sent superstar Luka Doncic to the Lakers in return for Anthony Davis. At the time of the trade, Kleber was sidelined by a broken foot suffered in late January, and he played just 5 minutes for the Lakers before re-injuring himself. Due to salary cap restrictions, those 5 minutes might be all Kleber ends up wearing the purple and gold. After the season and before free agency, numerous analysts and writers identified Kleber as one of the most likely to be traded players on the Lakers roster because of his contract, which expires after the season. Those 2 realities launched a wave of speculation online this week after the Lakers agreed to terms with guard Marcus Smart following his buyout with the Washington Wizards. To make room for the deal, Los Angeles needed to clear cap space. Their first move was to release point guard Shake Milton, which freed about $3 million. But that wasn't enough. Much of the subsequent online chatter focused on how the Lakers could trade Dalton Knecht and another player on an expiring contract to get a single, more affordable option back. Kleber fit the bill for such an expiring contract player. However, the Lakers chose a simpler route. They released guard Jordan Goodwin to free up the remaining space and finalize the signing of Smart. Kleber has long been regarded as a valuable role player and depth piece, known for his versatility as a big man with the ability to shoot from the perimeter. Now, Kleber hopes to make an impact in Los Angeles with Doncic. But injury concerns remain. Over the past 3 seasons, he has not played more than 43 games. He hasn't played in 60 or more games since the 2019-20 season. That is the last thing the Lakers can afford after spending nearly all of their cap space to acquire Smart. To avoid finding himself involved in another trade, Kleber will need to stay healthy, contribute consistently, and be available to help the Lakers in their pursuit of a championship. Bronny James was selected 55th overall in the 2024 draft, with topics such as nepotism and whether he even earned a guaranteed contract dominating headlines at the time. Fast forward to today, and many of those narratives have been put to rest. The 20-year-old showed a canyon-sized difference in confidence from a year ago in Summer League, displaying the improvement in skills you hoped and expected to see after his first season. Going into his rookie year, while still recovering from a cardiac issue that had shortened his one-and-done college season at USC, he came in as a tentative player on the offensive end in the G League. That changed as the season progressed as his shot and aggression increased, eventually making him the team's go-to option. Bronny averaged 21.9 points, 5.2 rebounds, 5.4 assists, and 1.9 steals for South Bay last season. He shot 38% from three on a high volume of 8.4 attempts per game. The rounded-out offensive repertoire showed its progress in Vegas. Listed at 6 feet 3 inches and with aspirations of being an on-ball guard, a lot of his NBA success hinges on the strength of a pull-up jump shot. He demonstrated various ways he's improved to create separation and score off the bounce. Watch as he catches the ball in the corner on the play below and uses a triple threat jab to get to his step-back crossover. The handle shown above is much tighter than it was a year ago, allowing for not just isolation scoring but navigating out of ball screens. In the clip below, he comes off the dribble handoff and hits number 1 pick Cooper Flagg with a hesitation step back for the mid-range jumper. His ceiling has risen as a scorer, but the floor still needs work. Bronny shot just 30% from three-point range in Vegas and needs to improve to find a better balance with the tough shots he takes. Bronny finished second on the team in assists, exhibiting a better understanding of how to not only read defenses, but manipulate them as point guards need to. He ran many pick-and-rolls with fellow South Bay teammate Christian Coloco, finding him with nifty passes like the one below. He comes off the ball screen, engages the big man with a fake pass over the top, and softly drops the bounce pass to spoon-feed Coloco for the dunk. Bronny finished with 15 assists and 16 turnovers in Vegas, a ratio that still needs improvement. However, the game is slowing down for him, and the repetitions in the G League have added to his playmaking skills. He finished Las Vegas Summer League averaging 14.3 points and 3.8 assists while shooting 47% from the field. In the final game, he put up 18 points and 5 assists in a loss to the Boston Celtics. The numbers don't fully capture Bronny's main advantage currently, which is his athleticism and power at the guard position. He was able to blow by ball pressure, attacking the rim with force as players bounced right off of him. His natural burst emerges during transition, flying to the rim off live ball turnovers. Summer League is a place where you want to see as many strengths as possible for a second-year player, and the athletic gap between him and his position was noticeable. Here, he uses his speed to steal the ball and races ahead for the dunk as his defender could do nothing but watch. What Bronny may lack in height, he makes up for with strength. The Lakers assigned him to Flagg in their marquee matchup against the Mavericks, and he helped hold him to a 5-21 shooting performance. While surrendering 6 inches in height, Bronny is listed 5 pounds heavier than the Duke standout. He leverages his strength and 6 feet 7 inches wingspan to stonewall the star prospect below and get a deflection, before being whistled for a late loose ball foul. The defensive engagement, as with most young players, is still up and down, but the summer showed promising signs on that end. There are still many hurdles to overcome before Bronny is likely to become a full-time NBA rotation player. The shot selection and pass decisions still need work, and the typical 3 and D-guard profile doesn't seem to be the road he's on as he's being groomed for an eventual on-ball role. Whether that's the right path is uncertain and likely pushes back his timeline to become a contributor, given that it's arguably the most challenging position in the league to learn. That said, his athleticism and strength are real advantages, and his work ethic has contributed to enormous improvement on both ends from just a year ago. If he continues on this linear path, the future is bright, and everyone will laugh about the conversations had when he was drafted. The Los Angeles Lakers were scouring the NBA market for a defensive-minded guard, but finally found their solution in former Defensive Player of the Year Marcus Smart. Smart is a great pickup for the Lakers and was reportedly heavily recruited by Luka Doncic to convince him to come to Los Angeles after agreeing to a buyout with the Washington Wizards. However, if Smart were never made available from his buyout, the Lakers likely would have went in another direction, and a recent Golden State Warriors champion could have joined their cross-state rival. Clutch Point's Brett Siegel recently reported that the Lakers had interest in Gary Payton II before striking a deal with Marcus Smart. The Lakers had also previously expressed interest in defensive-minded swingman Gary Payton II before Smart reached his buyout in Washington, Siegel wrote. Payton II, the son of Hall of Fame guard Gary Payton, has played each of the past 5 seasons in Golden State, with a forgettable 15-game stint with the Portland Trail Blazers in the middle. The defensive-minded 6'2" guard has been one of Golden State's most important players over the years, especially in their 2022 championship run. Payton II remains on the unrestricted free agency, and it is certainly a surprise that the Warriors are not eager to re-sign him, unless the two parties are mutually ready to part ways. Payton II is the ideal role player for a team looking to compete for a championship, which is why he would be a great addition for either the Lakers or Warriors, but he is likely to find a home elsewhere.